Okay, good morning, class. So today is Tuesday, December 8th, and we're going to review perimeter again. We're in our Go Math workbooks on page 552. We're going to skip 1, 2, and 3 for now, just because I'm a little worried that you guys may not have a ruler at home. If you want to practice using a ruler at home, you can go back and do 1, 2, and 3 on your own. But for now, we're going to start with number 4. Okay, but first, let's review what perimeter is. Who remembers from yesterday what we do to find perimeter? What does perimeter mean? Kaylee, do you remember something about yesterday? What do we do to find perimeter of those figures and shapes? Good. We counted the squares around the outside. Do we have to count all of the sides? Yes. So you count all sides, or you add up all the sides. Okay. Can you give me some real life examples of how we would use perimeter? Bryson, what's one? The smartboard, like going around the outside edges of the smartboard. Okay, y'all be specific. You can't just say smartboard, because can I find the area of the smartboard too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So be very specific when you give me an answer. Kelsey?
Like, so you could use measuring tape. So you can, like, if you have a flower garden, like Annie and Moby did, you can measure that. Like, use the
Okay, so if you were to measure around a garden, maybe you were putting up a fence. Okay. So we put that yesterday. Fence around a garden. Border on a bulletin board. The trim or baseboards around a room. The outline of a ceiling. After yesterday's assignment, did y'all come up with any more ideas? There was a few things that they talked about that we haven't put down here as examples. Y'all remember, Kelsey? A shelf, so measuring the outside of the shelf. Okay. What if I am going to put a border around a picture, or a frame around a picture? Was that perimeter? Yes. So a picture frame. Okay, or a frame around artwork. Okay, so now what we're going to do, number 4 says, use the grid paper to draw a figure that has a perimeter of 24 centimeters. Okay, so that means when we draw our figure, it needs to have sides that add up to 24. So what shape do you guys want to draw? You want to just draw a rectangle first?
Yes.
Okay. Let me grab a marker. Okay, so if I'm going to make it a rectangle that adds up to 24, let's come up with our numbers first. I need 4 numbers for a rectangle, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what's special about a rectangle? Bryson? I'll let you look at this one. What was special about a rectangle?
The top and bottom are the same.
Yes. Very good. The top and bottom will be the same number, and the left and right will be the same number. Okay? So let's just start off with any number. What number do we want to start off with? It's got to be somewhat low. I can't do 15. That's too high. Because if I do 15 plus 15, that's already bigger than 24, right?
10.
I could do 10. What's 10 plus 10?
20.
20. Okay. 10 and 10. But now these other two sides have to be the same and add up to what? 24. Okay, but I already have 20. So these two actually have to add up to 4, right? Good. So 2 and 2. 10 plus 10 is 20. Plus 2 is 22. Plus 2 is 24. Okay, so now we're going to draw that. So let's go across 10. We're going to start way over here on the edge and draw 10 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you may want to check and make sure you went across 10 boxes. Okay, did everybody go back and count it twice? Okay, so I've got 10 going across. What do I need to do now, Gregory? Look at the numbers that we added up.
Go down 2.
Nope, go down 2. Thank you, Bryson. So go down 2. Go back 10. And then up 2 right here. So I have 10, 10, 2, and 2. Counted 20 what?
20.
Maybe for the area, but not the perimeter. So if we were going to do area, yes, it would be 20 because 10 times 2 is 20. And there's 20 squares on the inside. Okay? I'm glad you pointed that out, Bryson, because this is where we start to get confused or mess up. He just found the area and said it was 20. But for perimeter, remember we go around the outside edges. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay? So around the outside it was 24, but for the inside it was what? 20. Okay, so see the difference? Perimeter goes around the outside. Area was all the squares on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the area is 20 square centimeters. But the perimeter would be 24 centimeters. Okay? All right, let's go to number 5. Which of the animal photos has a perimeter of 26 inches? Okay, I want you guys to try that one on your own. Which one has a perimeter of 26 inches? Okay, so what was your answer, class?
The bird picture.
The bird picture had a perimeter of 26. So what's 5 plus 5? 10. 8 plus 8?
26.
8 plus 8 is what?
16.
16. So 5 was 10. Plus 8 was 16. And what's 10 plus 16? 26. Good. So you were correct. The parrot or the bird. It's not a parrot. That is something else. Okay. But bird photo. Okay, number 2. This is a multi-step problem. It says, how much greater is the perimeter of the bird than the perimeter of the cat? How much greater? Ooh, what does that mean?
It means
Nope. Think about it.
Tonight.
How much greater, Evangeline?
At
No. If I have one that's greater than the other and I want to know how much it's greater, what would I do? Kaylee? Subtract. Good. Okay, so I know I'm going to show my work down here. The bird photo was 26. The cat, if you didn't already figure it out, we need to do it now. So what's 7 plus 7?
14.
14. 4 plus 4? 8. 14 plus 8? 22. Okay. So I have the bird, the cat, 22. So if I have these two numbers to figure out how much greater, we would subtract. 26 minus 22, what would that be, Gregory?
26 minus 22. 6. It's gonna be 4.
4. Good. Okay, so the difference between the two photos would be 4 inches. Yes, you can read it, but hold on one second. Let me give everybody time to write that down. Did y'all have any questions on that?
No, that's easy.
So just remember when it says how much greater or how much smaller, bigger, any word ending in ER right here, how much with an ER word, that means you're going to subtract, okay? All right, number 7. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Erin is putting a fence around her square garden. Each side of her garden is 3 centimeters long. The fence costs $5 for each meter. How much will the fence cost?
Okay, this is a multi-step problem. Okay, so let's look at the first thing we need to do and figure what's the first step. Erin is putting a fence around her square garden. Each side of her garden is 3 meters long. What do we need to do right there? If I'm doing a garden with a fence around it, what am I trying to find? Kelsey?
You're trying to find
We just practiced this in our journal when we've said putting a fence. What does putting a fence around a garden mean you're trying to find?
the meter.
No. Aaliyah? The perimeter. Remember we wrote it. That was the first one we put on the examples. Fence around a garden means you're finding perimeter, okay? So if this is my garden, it's a perfect square. And it says each side of her garden is 3 meters long. How would I find the perimeter of that, Brandon?
Because they're all 3. Because the top.
Good, they're all 3. So what would I do to find the perimeter?
You count them all?
I could count them all. How many sides are there?
3. 4.
4 sides. So can I do 4 times 3?
Yes.
Yes. 4 sides. Each side is 3. What is 4 times 3?
12.
12. So the perimeter of the garden is 12 meters. Am I done though?
No.
Let's see. Did I answer this question? How much will the fence cost? 12 meters? Does that make sense? No, we're not done yet. So the second step says the fence costs $5 for each meter. How much will the fence cost?
5 times 3.
Okay, so if we need 12 meters for the fence, and each meter costs $5, what type of problem are we doing now? Allie?
Adding
Adding what?
12 and 5.
Nope.
I meant 3 and 5.
Nope, don't just guess. Let's think about it, y'all. If I have 1 meter, that costs $5. 2 meters costs $5. 3 meters of fence is going to cost another $5. So what am I doing with the 5 each time?
You're adding.
Adding 5 each time. What is a quicker way instead of adding 5 over and over again? Yes. Multiply. I'm doing 12 meters times what, class? 5. Okay. Does everybody understand that? This is pretty basic. I mean, it says hot, but to me, this is 2 things that you guys know how to do. You know how to multiply. So $5 for each meter. We need to multiply it by 12 meters. 5 times 2 is 10. Good. So the 0 goes down. Gregory, what do I do with the 1?
Where's the question? What do you do with the 1? You add it.
We carry it and add it at the end, right? Okay?
Yeah.
5 times 1
5
plus 1, 6. So $60 is how much the fence will cost. Okay? Any questions on that?
Can I read it, Miss Gold?
Hold on, let me look over it, Carrie. Yes, let's go ahead and do this one. All right, Kelsey.
Gary's garden is shaped like a rectangle with 2 pairs of sides of equal length, and it has a perimeter of 28 feet. Explain how to find the lengths of the other sides if one side measures 10 feet.
Okay. I want everyone to draw a picture of this rectangle they're talking about for his garden. His garden is shaped like a rectangle, and we know a rectangle is special because why? Bryson told us in the very beginning. Why is a rectangle special? Javea, you remember? It has different sizes, but they also have 2 sides that are the same, right?
Yes.
Evangeline, can you explain a little more?
The top one and the bottom one are the same?
Yes, so if it says, if we continue reading, and it has a perimeter of 28, explain how to find the lengths of the other sides if one side measures 10 feet. Well, I know in a rectangle, if one side measures 10, then the one across from it measures 10, right? Right, Brandon?
Yes.
Okay, so now if I can figure out this side, then I also know this one. Okay, so if all of these add up to 28, blank plus blank plus 10 plus 10 equals 28. I need to figure out what these 2 missing ones are. What can I do right here first? Can I add up the 10 and the 10 to see how much is left to equal 28?
Yes.
Yes. What is 10 plus 10?
20.
20, okay? So since that equals 20, that tells me I only have how much left?
You have 8.
I have 8 left. So these 2 numbers have to add up to 8. Very good.
4 plus 4.
Okay, good. And you already know the answer because these 2 numbers are the same. So it has to be what, Gregory?
6.
Nope.
It has
It has to be what? Allie?
4.
4. Thank you for paying attention. That wasn't a hard question because everybody already said the answer. 4 plus 4.
Equals 28.
Okay, now it says explain how to find the lengths of the other sides if one side measures 10 feet. So what was the first step we did? We did this part first, right?
Yes.
So we add the sides we know. We knew 10 plus 10.
10 plus 10 equals 20.
Okay. Then what did we do second? We figured out how much was left to equal 28, right?
Yes.
So that's actually doing what? 28 minus 20. So we take the perimeter and subtract. Okay, can I read that? I know I'm trying to squeeze it all in. First, we add the sides we know, which was 10 plus 10. Second thing, we did the perimeter minus 2 sides we added. 28 minus 20. And we said it was 8, right? And then what did we do at the very end? We took this 8 and did what with it?
And we added it. No, multiplied.
We didn't add to the 8, but we did the 8 and we did what, Evangeline?
Split it apart.
There you go. So we take that answer and we split it apart or split it in half. We had to split it in half because there was 2 sides. No, we're going to actually skip the last one and we're going to go on to the back. Does everybody have that down? Because this will be something, this is something we will use tomorrow for sure. Finding missing sides. Add the sides we know. Perimeter minus the 2 sides we added. And then split in half. That will get easier the more practice we get, okay? So let's flip to the last page. There's 10, 11, 12, and 13. We're going to do just like we did yesterday. I want you guys to work these out on your own to see what you've learned, if we understand what we're doing, showing your work, and then we'll come back and check it together. Okay, we're going to check our answers, see how you did. Number 10 says, Sally is putting frosting around the edges of the roof of a gingerbread house. What is the perimeter of the roof? So as I walked around, I saw a couple mistakes, or one mistake mainly, and that was we only wanted to add these 2. But if I'm putting perimeter or border around this gingerbread house with frosting, are you only going to do these 2 sides?
Yes.
No. Perimeter means you do all of the sides. So you don't want to just do 5 and 3. You need to do another 5 and 3, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So 5 plus 5 is what, class?
25.
5 plus 5 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6. What's 10 plus 6?
16.
16. So B was the correct answer.
B.
Number 11. Kyle is adding a border to his triangular flag. What is the perimeter of the flag? Okay, so we're looking at the ruler. How long was this side by looking at that ruler?
Ooh.
What was it, Javea? How long is this side? I can't hear you. Say that again. Just this one side is 3? What does the ruler stop at? Right here. Whoops. What is the ruler stopping at? A 1. So each side measures 1 inch, right? What's 1 plus 1 plus 1? 3. So C would have been your answer for number 11.
Also about that.
Number 12, multi-step. Pete glues a rope around his rectangular rodeo sign. His sign has side lengths of 2 feet and 3 feet. The rope costs $4 for each foot. How much does Pete pay for rope? Okay, does that sound like this problem we did together right here where we had to find the cost of the fence? Number 7. Yeah, that's the same thing. They had to find how much and then how much it cost. So we're doing the same thing. We need to find how much rope and then how much the rope cost. Okay? The sign is a rectangle, right? So rectangles are special because if I have a 2 on this side, then that means what? Everybody.
Count.
If it's 2 over here, Evangeline.
The 2 goes on the other side?
Yes, when I say everybody, that means everybody should be answering. 2 goes on the other side. If I have a 3 down here, then what? 3 goes on the top. Okay, now I can find the perimeter by doing what, Gregory?
You add it.
Add all the sides. So 3 plus 3 is what? 6 plus 2? 8 plus 2? 10. So the perimeter is 10, but that's not my final answer. Now I need to figure out how much the rope costs. So it's $4 for each foot. He needs 10 feet. So if I have 10 feet, what do I need to do with that now? Brandon, you have any idea?
That you make a square of 10 feet.
We already did that. But how do I figure out how much it's going to cost for all this rope? 10 feet of rope.
It'll equal 40 feet.
$40, you mean? But how do you know?
Because I counted like 10, 15, 20, 25.
You counted 10 4 times because it's $4 each. Okay? 10 times 4 is 40. Good. So it would be $40 for 10 feet of rope. D was the correct answer. Questions on that one?
No.
No? Did we get it right?
No.
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 Okay, so what did we mess up on? Were you able to find the perimeter correctly? Did everybody get 10 for the perimeter? Raise your hand if you got 10. Did you get 10 for the perimeter, Kaylee? Yes? Okay, so did we just stop there and put C?
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't do the second step. We had to figure out the cost, which was $4 times 10 feet. Okay? So make sure you're paying attention. If it says multi-step and you only do one thing, you stop too soon. Okay, the last one. Austin's class is making a poster for Earth Day. What is the perimeter of the poster? Here's the poster over here. So how do I find the perimeter, Brandon?
Then you count the side 9 times 9 plus 9.
9 plus 9.
Equals 18.
Good. And what else?
And 6 plus 6 equals 6, 12.
12.
You add 18, 12, and it equals 30.
Very good. 18 and 12 equals 30. So D was the correct answer. Okay? All right. So what you guys are going to do today, and those of you at home also, you're going to tear out page 555. But you guys do not need to do number 1 or number 2. Okay? all the rest you should be able to do. It's the same thing as what we just practiced in class, so if you need to go back and use your book or your notes, you may do that. Okay? When you are done, those of you at home, take a picture and send me a picture of both sides, front and back. Those of you in class will turn it into the pink folder, okay?